Good morning, everybody.
Hi.
This is Anne Jorgensen with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, and this is Karen Gonzalez with Fidelity National Title. At Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, we receive an intense amount of training, and especially at Premier Property, we have an in-house trainer, a wonderful, wonderful in-house trainer who help us understand the skill set that needed for real estate agent so that we are able to help our client at the most. However, I understand that holding ourselves up to the standard is not enough. We really need to team up with the expert in the industry so that we can add value for our clients. That's why today I would like to start the interview the expert series, starting with Karen with Fidelity National Title. And Karen, could you please tell us a little bit more about yourself and about Fidelity Title?
Yes, definitely. And so my name is Karen Gonzalez. I am a bilingual escrow officer with Fidelity National Title here in the Woodlands. And I've been with the company for almost 15 years. And I've been in the industry with title insurance about 15 years as well. And so I wanted to, this is what I really love to do. And I've been here in the Woodlands for almost 3 years. And I've done a little bit of everything. I've done residential, I started learning commercial, and I've done foreclosure. So Anne asked me to do this interview, and I'd love to help and see what I can help you guys with too.
Karen, I know that you have Fidelity National Title has some classes for real estate agent, especially like flip that class and own the class about a little bit more about foreign buyer, foreign seller, and those questions for attorney. Could you please tell us a little bit more about those class and what you do, especially?
Yes, our goal is to always help out our clients. And our clients, we're the intermediary between realtors and lenders and buyers and sellers. And so one of the things we do have is for realtors is a lot of classes. We try to do this on a monthly basis or sometimes every 2 months. It depends what we have going on, but we do have a lot of good classes. And we have FERPTA classes, we have appraisal classes, we have classes where, that you can ask questions with the attorneys. And so these are good classes that we go ahead and put you in our email list so that you can get our flyers whenever they come out. And I totally recommend these because it's good information that we try to give our realtors so you guys can get more prepared with your clients. And if something comes up, you kind of already know how to handle the situation, whatever it could be. And so if you are interested in these classes, you're more than welcome to send me an email, or you can respond to this live video, and then we'll add you to our email contact list. My email is K, M as in Mary, URCIA @fnf.com. That's franknancyfrank.com. So that's kmercia@fnf.com. Once again, it's KMURCIA@fnf.com. Or like I said, you can respond to this video, and then we'll add you at the end of this video to our email list so you can be receiving our flyers with our classes, and we would love to have you here.
Yeah, I'm happy to pass that information back to you.
Yes, definitely.
Yes. Now, Karen, could you please tell me a little bit more about title insurance, what it is, and how many type of title insurance there are?
Yeah, and so our job as a title company is basically, like I said earlier, we're the intermediary between all parties of your transaction. And our job is to do the whole aspect of research of the property, where basically we search for liens, we run sellers and buyers' names to see if they have any liens out there too. We search for taxes, outstanding taxes, or paid taxes. We search for HOAs, and we search for easements, your survey. So we're basically doing a whole research of the property or the lot, whatever this could be, the residential residential or commercial, and we go ahead and pull out a title commitment, which is basically the report for that property that you have in contract. And that report consists of 3 parts. It consists of Schedule A, which basically gives you your vesting or your owner's name and the legal description of the property. Schedule B consists of any easements that the property could have, deed restrictions for the HOA, and then your Schedule C consists of all the liens and all the important legal information on the property. So Schedule C is what gives us the information about what liens the property has, and the vesting information, again, of any recorded documents that could be outstanding or any abstract judgments that we find against the names of the parties involved in the transaction. And as far as types of title insurances, and we have 2 in a way. There's owner's insurance, and owner's insurance, basically, we protect the buyer. It says it in the name, the new owner. And these are usually either done with cash transactions, and you only have one insurance, which is the owner's insurance, or if you have a transaction with like a loan included, then you have an owner's policy and you have a lender's policy. So you have 2, out of which, again, the owner's policy protects our buyers, and then our lender's policy protects our bank. And so we're basically ensuring these parties that the property is free and clear, that at the time of closing, whenever we come to the table to close, the property is free and clear of any liens that could have arisen in the whole title commitment. So that's what we do as a title company, and it's super recommended for any transaction.
Why do we need title insurance right away?
Well, I urge everybody to use title insurance because, again, you are buying a property that has no liens, that has no legal issues, no property tax issues, no HOA issues, and that's the only way that you're going to find out what your property has. And a lot of people sometimes do not use title insurance, and it's basically you're buying a problem if that property has liens. I've been in this industry long enough to know that I've seen it all. I mean, people do not buy title insurance, and then you buy this property, and it has all kinds of legal situations, and then somebody can come and take it back. And I mean, that's part of why you have to have title insurance, to protect yourself, and also the seller, once they sell it, they're done with that. They don't want to deal with that, property. And so that's something that you have to do whenever you have real estate transactions.
Yeah, that's kind of scary about that, isn't it?
It is.
So how long the insurance lasts?
The title insurance lasts as long as you own the property. And so if you own the property 10 years, that's how long it's going to last. The title insurances, you have to have a title insurance every time you do a transaction with the property. So if you're going to purchase a title insurance whenever you're buying it, you're going to have it as long as you keep it. But the minute you decide to refinance the property, you're going to need another title insurances. Or, God forbid, if something happens and you're the owner and you die, then that passes on to your ancestors too. If the property's not sold. Okay? So it depends how long the owner has it, and if they say with one title insurance and refinance, then you just it lasts as long as the owner has it. And so that's how long it lasts.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
It lasts to the life of the property.
Yes.
Under your name.
Yeah. Yes, under your name. That's correct.
Yes. So I know that the transaction between the domestic buyer and the foreign clients would be a little different. Could you please touch base on a little risk? What are the risks that involve in the foreign transactions, and what you do with FOBTAR and all that at Fidelity?
Yes, the FIRPTA retention subject is a super broad subject, and I could be here all day in explaining FIRPTA, but that's why you need to come to our classes. It is so important. These classes get really packed, and they last about an hour and a half at least, and it's a super informative class. But in general, basically, when you have a foreign seller, it usually, FIRPTA will apply to the sellers, okay? Because whenever you're a foreign seller, meaning you're not a U.S. resident, you're not a U.S. Citizen, then the FIRPTA retention will apply. And so what basically it is, it's a tax that we have to retain, or a retention that will come out of your net proceeds as a seller based on the sales price of the property. And that retention goes straight to the IRS. And then the seller will need to prove to the IRS whenever tax season comes that, whatever the capital gains were, whatever they bought it, any type of losses on the house. And so you have to go to a FIRPTA specialist, and I have a great one for you. And again, send me your email and I can give you their contact information. But these are very detailed transactions. And so at the end of the day, the seller's retention money, we collect it at closing, and it gets into the IRS, and the seller worries about later on to try to get this money back, depending on what is presented to the IRS. And then the buyer obviously buys this property, but if that FIRPTA retention is not collected, depending on the situation, and each transaction is different. So it depends on each transaction, that's how much it will be, or if it really we do have to collect it or not. But if for some reason the FIRPTA retention does not get collected and it was supposed to be collected, then it becomes the buyer's responsibility, because the buyer keeps the property, so the IRS goes against the buyer. So it's a little scary situation. You really have to be very informed as a realtor. I really urge listing agents out there to really ask these questions on your listing appointments. It is so important nowadays. We have a lot of immigrants, a lot of foreigners that are coming into our country to buy these properties, and at the time when they sell them, these things apply under your transaction. So I urge the listing agents out there, and also the buyer's agents, they have to be aware to be in contact with the listing agents at all times to see if the seller's a foreign seller. When you do your appointments, ask your sellers, are you a U.S. resident? Are you a U.S. citizen? Are you a taxpayer? So that, you can kind of be aware what you're going to run into on your transaction.
Thank you very much for those informations. Do you have any other information that we want to share with our clients out there?
No, I would love to work with you. So give me the opportunity. And of course, Ann is a great realtor too. And we're here to help you with any needs, any title needs. And you guys, have a great Thursday out there. Be safe.
Thank you, Karen. And again, my number is 713-480-3608. My email address is anh@annjorgensen.com. Again, Ann Jorgensen is ANHJORGENSEN. Or you can just reply to me on this Facebook for any further information. And let me be your realtor. Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye.